Good afternoon, friend.
Sikhumbuzo Praise is a gospel singer who firmly believes that true worship should direct people to Jesus. Amen. Sikhumbuzo Praise is a prolific South African singer-songwriter and a recording gospel artist based in South Africa. He is a worshiper and also into praise songs. Um, he's very passionate. He is very passionate and on fire about Christ from a young age. Having devoted his life to Christ, he is set to bless the world with his music. His testimony is of being healed from a hospital surgery, and he thanks God for his life. His aim is to bring back people to church and win souls. He has done an international music collaboration in Spain and has worked with 45 African artists in African countries such as Zimbabwe, Uganda, Botswana, Kenya, and Malawi, to mention just a few. Sikhumbuzo Praise is a gospel influencer or kingdom influencer, and very soon this year he will be visiting African countries such as Nigeria, Ghana, Zimbabwe, ministering to those countries in schools, prisons, local churches, and hospitals, etc. Before we go into your music, sir, good morning, welcome, and give us a bit of your testimony.
Oh, yes. Good afternoon,
After.
friend. Thank you so much to the Praise Live Morning Show family. You know, guys, I'm a big fan of your music. It's amazing. You know, I love the content. I love the energy. You know, it's so real. It's so informative. It's so educational. You know, so I always listen to it every day. You know, yeah. So,
Great.
guys, keep up the good work. And yeah, thank you so much for the opportunity. Thank you so much for having me. In fact, I was looking forward. You know, I couldn't sleep. I was looking forward. You know, to have a chat with you guys. And yeah. So, Sikhumbuzo Praise is a South African global recording gospel artist, you know, here in South Africa. You know, I'm a worshiper and I'm a praiser. You know, my name, Sikhumbuzo Praise, speaks for itself. You know, I'm all about praising the Lord, you know, and I go to a local multicultural church in South Africa. You know, I've just been serving. You know, I literally grew up in church, you know, so I've just been, I go to a local church there, you know, and yeah, it has been amazing. I'm also part of a connect group. You know, we meet once a week. Yeah, I'm a parent, you know, and I love God. You know, I love God. God is everything in my life. Yeah, so I do gospel music. You know, why? It's all about sharing the news. You know, it's all about sharing the good news. As you know, gospel, it's really about Jesus. So it's all about, you know, spreading the love, spreading the news, spreading the love, and spreading the good news. You know, because we're here to win souls. That is our mandate. You know, we're here to bring people back to church. Yeah, so that's really me in a nutshell. I love people, you know, coming from all those sides. Yeah.
Well, we're going to come back and revisit the question that Faiti asked you, but I want to play this video of you, and then I want to ask you a question about the video as well. So stick and stay with us right here in the Praise Life Morning Show.
Okay, thank you so much.
Uyalalela when you call upon his name. Uyalalela, Jehovah uyalalela. Uyalalela when you call upon his name. Uyalalela, Mudimu uyalalela. Uyalalela when you call upon his name. Uyalalela, Ujesu uyalalela when you call upon his name. Uyalalela, Jehovah uyalalela when you call upon his name. He replies day and night. He replies day and night. He replies when you call upon his name. He replies day and night. He replies when you call upon his name. He replies day and night. He replies when you call upon his name. When you call upon his
Ujesulalale. What language is that? Jesus listens. Ujesulalale.
Can I declare? Can I actually say? I look forward to your album. Your voice is amazing. You're a first lady, I tell you.
You know what? Normally when I do things like that, I turn my mic off, and I forgot to turn it off.
It took like 1 second to learn a song.
Yeah.
A language, It's amazing. I'm so impressed, I tell you. Okay, let me just respond to your. I'm all over the place now. Let me just respond to your question. The song was written in my dialect. In South Africa, we have, can you believe it? We have 11 official languages. So one of the biggest or the major, one of the biggest language in South Africa that the majority they speak, it's isiZulu. So that song was written in isiZulu. So yeah, it's a South African gospel praise song, yeah, here in South Africa, we're all about worship and praise songs, and gospel music is so big. So yeah, so Ujesu Salalela, Ujesu, just 2 words. Ujesu is Jesus. Uyalalela, he listens.
Yeah.
So yeah, the message, it's ready to encourage people to say, you know what, God, he listens. In Romans, it says, whoever calls on the name of Jesus shall be saved. So yeah, I know we go through so much, but when you call upon his name, he responds. He's always there with you 24/7. So yeah, let's just keep trusting the Lord.
Amen.
So Ujesu uyalalela.
Now, Faith had asked you a question earlier because we saw it where you talked about the fact that you had your testimony about recovering from a surgery that you had in hospital. Can you tell us a little bit about that? Can you hear me?
Oh, yeah. Yes, I can hear you. Thank you so much, Mr. Clement. Thank you so much for that question. It's so relevant. And yeah, so yeah, one was actually I was being hospitalized. That was a year ago. So it has been a year now. For the first time, in my life, I've never been sick in my life. I've never been hospitalized. So yeah, I was very scared of the environment. But yeah, I was there for a year. No, I was there like a year ago. So yeah, there was a surgery that needed to be executed to be done. So and as you know the procedures, you wait and they call you and they explain the protocol or the procedure prior, you know, before the execution and everything. So yeah, so I was one of those guys, who were like waiting patiently, and that time I was praying, I was like, Lord, I've just had enough of this pain, please rescue me, Yeah, so I was spending a lot of time just praying about everything, it's very important. Prayer is everything. So I was like praying. I was not frustrated, I was just praying because I knew that in God's hands I was safe, So yeah, it was a lonely journey, being in the hospital, I was lonely, I was scared. Yeah, but God was there with me. Yeah. So to cut my story short, the it took it took them like 3 weeks. I was there for like 3 weeks, and then everything was done. And it has been a year now, being out of the hospital, and one is doing very well, and I thank God for that. So Ujesu Yalalela, it's a very personal song that is very close to my heart. Even the message, Ujesu Yalalela, I prayed prior, and then what happened? God, He responded, He rescued me, and I thank God for my life, Yeah, so everything's fine now. One is doing well, very well by God's grace. I'm in a good space. Yeah, so I'm truly grateful about what God has done in my life. His grace sustains us. So yeah, it's really about Him. I live for Him.
Amen.
Yeah, so I'm truly grateful. And yeah, here I
In
am.
the video, I noticed there's an older gentleman playing the guitar. Any relations to you?
Oh yes, you're so observant. I love that. I wasn't expecting that question. I tell you.
I looked. I'm thinking.
I love that.
Is it the father? Is it the uncle? Is it a older brother? Who is this person playing the guitar?
I'll take that as a compliment. Hey, we look alike, eh? No, actually, no, actually, yeah, is a good friend of mine. We call him Mr. Shatwayo. So he's a guitarist here in South Africa. He's been doing music for some time. Yeah, so I invited him. I said, oh, please, the old man come through for me. So he came, during our promo. We were shooting the video, It's not the official video for the song, but it was a promo. So it's like, dude, let me come, So it was amazing, I tell you, the energy, and the atmosphere, it was really amazing. And we enjoyed ourselves, So yeah, and the weather was good. And yeah, as you know, sometimes here in South Africa, the weather is still extremely very hot. But that day, everything, God was in control. So everything, the weather wasn't that bad. So yeah, we had a good time. So yeah, we're not related.
You're not related. Okay, I thought it's probably pops or somebody.
But I wouldn't mind him being my dad. I wouldn't mind him being my dad. I think I need to talk to him. I sent a proposal.
The song, I think it's called Ngeki. Ngeki. Is it?
Ngeke, yes. Ngeke. It's in my dialect. It simply says, never, I will never give up on my faith, and yeah. So, I think, as a songwriter, I think for me, it's really about creating new content, that people can actually relate to, and I'm talking about the music. And yeah, most of the time I've just been singing my songs in my dialect deliberately. We call it African praise songs, but it's a song that everybody can relate to, and what is so good about the space that we are in right now, the music industry, it's growing. We're now introducing new sound, and people are loving it, even if you don't understand the local content, or but the atmosphere, the energy, you can connect emotionally, because we're writing songs, we're writing songs that should make an impact, and yeah, so yeah, Ngege, it's a song that is very close to my heart again, just to encourage someone out there to say, never give up on God, He'll never forsake you, never give up on your faith. So yeah, because the reality is that people, they go through so much, there's depression, and there's so much going on, in the world, in Africa, also abroad as well. You know what I mean? So whatever you're going through, be encouraged. God is with you.
Is this your first album?
Oh yes, I don't have an album. I've just been releasing singles deliberately, but I'm actually working on my album as we speak. I'm excited. And I also have English songs as well. So yeah, so I have music for everybody. I cater for everybody. People, they need to hear the message. So yeah, I'm excited. For the for the upcoming program, where I'm just going to be spending a lot of time, in the studio recording more music for everyone. So I look forward to that. Yeah. So I have singles currently, and my songs are actually available on Spotify. Yeah. So thank you so much. I'm here.
How long you've been doing gospel music now, or singing gospel music, or even writing?
Ooh, I must confess, it's all about honesty. Professionally, it has been 3 years, but during my high school days, I was part of a school choir. Can you believe it? But I was very shy. I'm an introvert, so I wasn't really, there was no confidence. I wasn't doing much. But yeah, so yeah, I've never done any formal training. Study music. Yeah. So music has always been something that I was very, very passionate about. It has been a calling. Yeah. But 3 years back, I had to make a decision to be decisive, to say, you know what, let me do this. Let me just focus on this. So yeah, I've just been recording music, and the response has been amazing. So yeah, I've started doing music like recent professionally 3 years, but I started entering local competitions, and the response, by God's grace, has been amazing for people. So I thought, oh, there's potential here. Yeah. So I've just been really nurturing my talent, working on my voice, and learning about the industry, because we're not here to be entertainers. Gospel music, it is serious thing, because we're dealing with lives, people's lives. We're here to give hope. We're here to inspire. And also I wanted to make sure that I don't do gospel music, for the wrong reasons, to make money or to be famous. It's really about God. It's not about us. It's about God. Yeah, so that's what I'm doing, and I thank God for this calling. And can I actually say to someone, never ignore your dream, because for me, I put on hold for some time. I waited on the Lord, but yeah. I think, I took so long, to wait on the Lord, but it's very important that, don't procrastinate, follow your dream, but I think this is the right time, but no regret. I'm just truly grateful about what God is doing, in this season, musically.
Amen.
Amen.
When I look at North America and you look at, let's say, South Africa, for example. South Africa is a big place. What would you say the gospel music industry in South Africa, is it huge as I think it is, or?
It's very big. I don't want to talk about myself, but I'm just being honest. It's very big. The music industry. It's actually
specifically the gospel industry. I know the secular industry is huge in South Africa.
Yes.
Specifically the gospel industry. Is it a big industry there as it is like in the US?
Yeah, it's very big. In fact, it's one of the biggest. Obviously there is secular, guys here doing secular music, but gospel music, you have guys like Dr. Tomi, who are well known, doing big things abroad. So I can mention one of the few guys who are doing very well. So yeah, here in South Africa, really, really honestly, gospel music is very big. Guys are doing very well, and some of the guys are doing music collaborations, with international artists. You know what I mean? Some of the guys, they've done a collaboration, with guys from Nigeria, Ghana. You know what I mean? They're working together, which is very important. As music ministers, we work together because there's power in unity. There's so much that we can do together.
Amen.
So yeah, it's really growing, and I'm excited about that. And I encourage that. People are writing songs. And yeah, it's all about loving one another. We need to really support one another and celebrate one another. There's so much that we can we can do together, you know. Yeah, so yeah. I mean, here we're doing very well, you know. Yeah, we are being inspired by the guys who are really doing very well, you know, as upcoming artists, you know, and we share the knowledge, you know what I mean. We inspire, and also here the right workshops, you know, the right workshop, you know, for artists, you know, so which is very important because there's so much information sharing going on. So people, they need to know what's going on behind the scene, you know. So yeah. So and yeah, we're doing very well. I mean, we have like every year we have gospel annual awards that are happening every year, you know, just to recognize the local talent, you know, which is very important. So yeah, there's so much happening, and thank God for that.
So, how easy was it for you to find these guys like in Zimbabwe, Uganda, Botswana, Kenya, Malawi, to be able to work? How easy was it to be able to get them to do some kind of a work with them?
I don't want to say it has been difficult, but I don't want to say it has been easy. You know, I just love people, you know. So obviously, you know, I started creating relationships. So these are the guys that I've known for some time, you know, as friends. You know, before we are singers, you know, we used to speak about, you know, our faith, you know, our spiritual life, which is very important, you know, and yeah. So these are guys that I've known for some time. We're passionate about one thing, you know, God, about our music ministry, our administration or ministry, you know what I mean? So yeah, we've just been chatting for some time. So yeah, when I was writing the song "You Are Holy," and I thought of, you know, the few guys, and I invited them. I said, guys, you know, I've got this song, please come through. So yeah, the whole idea was to create a massive worship song, you know, like a massive, imagine 4 countries in one song. It was amazing. So yeah, it was a journey, you know what I mean? Moving fast, you know how it is, moving fast, you know? But yeah, it took us a long time to put everything together, but the final outcome or the final product, you know, it has been well received, you know, from everybody in a very positive way. So yeah, I think it's good that, you know, we know what's going on in our spaces, you know what I mean, as brothers, you know, as sisters as well, to encourage one another in the Lord.
Right. So your foundation was basically God, and then it just built on from there.
Yes, it is. It has been a journey, you know, and I'm truly grateful for those friendships, you know, because there's so much, you know, there's so much that you can learn, you know, from the guys who are doing it, who have done it before us, you know what I mean? So yeah, so it's really about really encouraging us in the Lord, because I don't want to lie to you guys. I want to be real here. It's not easy at times, you know, being an independent artist. You know, sometimes you have limited resources. You know, sometimes you don't even have money to go and record a song. You know, you know what I mean. So we thank God, you know, that we're able to put everything together. You know, without any financial support. You know, faith is everything. Just trust in God and God. You know, as you know, He provides. You know, so the faith and His grace has sustained us. So He's the one who was able to put everything together. You know, even today. You know what I mean. So yeah.
Amen. Well, listen, before we let you go, can you tell me where, or tell our listeners as well as myself, where we can find your music?
Well, thank you so much. The music, it's actually available on Spotify. You know, they can search for Sikhumbuzo Praise, and also they can check my videos on YouTube, and also on Audiomack as well. You know, yeah, people can actually find my music on Spotify and Audiomack, on YouTube. Yeah. So I've got my music there as well on those platforms.
Spotify and where again?
Audiomack.
Audiomack. Okay,
Yes.
Audiomack. Spotify and Audiomack. Yeah. All right, we want to thank you once again for joining us. We're going to go out through the radio section of things as we end this video production here. Well, this video broadcast here. So video production. Video broadcast. Video broadcast right here in the Praise Life Morning Show. Streaming Praise Radio video broadcast, which is seen here on YouTube. You always can go back and check it out if you're listening via the radio. Thank you once again, Sikhumbuzo Praise.
Thank you so much. I just want to thank you guys for the opportunity, and it has been amazing. You know, when you have fun, time flies. You know what I mean? You know, I
Sure
thought I was still
does.
gonna. I thought I was still gonna spend like 3 hours with
No,
you
no.
guys. Just so
Well,
you
we're
know
looking
the
forward to
things.
that day when we have the 3 hours.
That's
You know what I'm
gonna
saying?
happen.
That's gonna
That's gonna
happen.
happen.
It's gonna happen.
When we get to 4 hours, we'll work in 3 for you.
Alrighty.
Faye, I'm expecting an album from you, please. You know, please, Clement. You can produce the
Oh,
album. You can put it together. You know.
yeah.
Thank you so
Well,
much, guys. It has
well,
been amazing.
it's amazing. We're working that. We're working that. Thank you
Same.
once again.
Blessings.
Thank you so much. I appreciate it.
Blessings. Bye-bye.
I appreciated everything. Honestly, I did. I do.
You're welcome. You're
It has been
welcome.
amazing. Thank you so much. That's all the
Good to
best.
meet you.
Thank you
Yep.
so
Same
much.
to
I'm just
you.